Sherlock fans, grab your meat button.
No, that would be Hannibal, thank you.
Literally as I was hitting the record button.
Just leave it. Just leave it. It's fine. It's fine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 999. So the meat sound effect wasn't actually in this server before. Now it is.
Now we have the power.
Now they have unlimited power to torment me.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now at the top of this, I have a headache, and I think eating ice cream before this was a bad idea because I think that made it worse. But I'm gonna try to push through as much as I can. This is a visual novel, like there's not a lot of movement, so that'll probably help, but this may affect my puzzling capabilities.
It's okay, you have 3 friends with you.
Yeah.
We're also equally as bad.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. My Professor Layton skills are just rusty.
Also, it has been a couple of weeks. When we last left off, we were about to start the room after the library.
Oh, yeah.
This one. So,
Yeah, the cluttered room.
yeah. The room
boy, oh
full
boy,
of
oh boy.
stuff.
I remember there was a head, I think.
There was a head.
So yes, head.
Yeah. Yeah, see,
Fix
here it
the
is right
skateboard?
there. It's right there.
Question mark? Does yes mean that you fix the skateboard?
I think so. Anyway, so we are jumping directly into this. Lovely. Oh wait, there's 2 heads. There's one right here, and there's one right here. And neither of them are interactable.
That's how they keep a head in the polls.
Oh wait. There are piles of crap everywhere. Very eloquent, Junpei.
Yeah.
Man, this
I at
place is
least
a
do
mess.
remember the goal of what we need to do in this room.
I do.
I don't.
We need a card, I think.
We're gonna solve, I think, 3 puzzles because we need these 3 shield objects, and they're part of another puzzle.
Ooh. Well, there's a door that we need to unlock.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah. It's so messy. I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms.
Yeah, like the Red and the Dead.
Yeah.
Ended the redemption.
If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in this room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. It's pretty messy for something like that, don't you think?
Yep.
No, this is how
Maybe look on the drawing table on the right.
Yeah, the drawing
It's
table.
just a pile of junk. There's nothing useful here. I want to interact with the mannequin head. Hey, Junpei, isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before.
Was this in the captain's quarters?
Yeah, that's the stops that we had to put in.
Yeah. Let's add it to the file screen. Anything else? Ruler that's attached to the drafting table. No. Okay. I think these fans are for ventilation. They're probably there to circulate air. Fair enough. There's a control panel in front of the big screen here. Wonder if any of these buttons do anything. Oh boy. There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You just gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Hey, Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You want to take a look at it? Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equals signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Oh, ma'am, do you have to wash yourself vigorously right now?
Of course she does.
Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all of the cells all green. Okay, so 0 equals 0. 0, 1, 2... Okay, so it's hexadecimal, of course.
Yes.
A,
okay, so A equals 10. Oh, it's digital roots.
So that one's a 4. No. No. Oh, sick.
Chris.
Ah. Oh.
There!
Clicking randomly works. You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Yes, definitely smart. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out. Oh. Okay, so got one of these. A metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a cross engraved on it.
Yeah, like I said, we need 2 more.
E.
Oh,
I
4,
see.
3 more, sorry.
Alright, I've put the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but no, Junpei, you did 1. Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol, on the upper right the cross symbol, on the bottom left the mysterious circle symbol, and lastly the waffle You mean the pound sign? Is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order. That order, huh? Okay, so...
Oh, was there something else on that desk?
A mouse. Nothing happens when I mess with it, though.
Looks like
There are
there's a
3
piece of
monitors
paper.
here. Power's on. Da da da. Yeah, none of this stuff up by the monitors is interactable.
Okay.
Keyboard. Let's just tap a few keys, see if we can wake this thing up. Damn, no dice.
Okay.
This monitor is part of this machine. It's really dim, though. It's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Junpei,
Oh.
it looks like there's a compass on there. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this one in the wheelhouse. Right, that's where it was. I think I just need to do the same thing here. The same thing? The important part is this nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm gonna use the wheel attached to the side here. Okay then, show me, now! Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. This looks like it probably works the same way the steering wheel in the wheelhouse did. If I just touch the direction I want to turn to, the compass will turn in that direction. Then I just gotta press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to. I'm betting something will happen if I can do it right. Alright, let's do this.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
South, east.
So,
No, wait, southwest. Southeast. Well,
Wait.
I don't know.
hang on, so...
Pull up the thingy again.
Yeah.
Okay. South, west, southeast.
So... Southwest... Southeast...
Yes. I need to
Uh,
see it.
yeah.
Northeast, east, north, east.
Okay. Northeast... East...
North and then the east again.
Yes. Yay! Yay! You did it, Junpei! Clover! Good boy! That's a good boy! Knock it off! Hey, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. 7 has to be the adult here. It just kind of slid open and something came out. Oh, yeah. I heard a noise, too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? Noise, huh? Okay. Is this... Let's see what happens when I... Whoa! Well, now we've got something on the screen, at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Morse code? Yeah. The dots on here look like dots for Morse code. They're dits.
Don't typo.
The word dots was literally right there in the same sentence. How did that?
Okay. Okay, actually, dits is a real word.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it like the actual terminology used for
Yes.
Morse code?
Dot
Oh,
on
it is
a
a
radio
dot
or
of
telegraphic
dot.
code. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, learning something new. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. Ah, I'm afraid I don't understand.
It is a contraction for decimal digit.
Oh. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway? Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though... Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, I'll enter a dit. Okay. If I hold the button down, I'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. Alright, let's do this. I feel as though I'm
Do we
missing
just
a
have to-
hint.
Do we have to do the same code? I don't know how you would remember that though. Maybe we don't have the right thing yet.
Yeah,
Unless it's in our notes.
I think I might be missing a hint.
Can you go around the corner?
Like-
Near where the door? No, the other way. Oh!
Oh yeah.
There's something
Hey!
written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we've got 3 sheets of the stuff. Okay.
Files, files.
Files! Oh wait, hang on. No, that's not
Yeah, this is it. This is it. No, that was it.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so this is the. Okay, so it just shows us which ones correspond to each letter in the alphabet. And there's
Yeah.
3 pages. So we need to know what word we're trying to spell, or what code we're trying to input. On that screen.
Oh. Okay.
That. Can we check the door that we have to unlock? Or over in that corner? Yes.
The card reader, it says lock. Not gonna be able to open this. Thick metal door, blah blah blah.
Is there anything around here?
There are piles of crap everywhere. This is a pretty impressive mess. If we try and search every one of these, we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid! How about we deal with this area later, okay guys? Maybe we should try something more promising.
Can you click on the floor?
No, nothing on the floor is
Oh.
interactable. What's this? The metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Oh, holy shit.
It's a coffin.
That is pretty damn creepy. Sure is the coffin. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. A coffin. Oh man. Does Seven think... Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No
It's not
way.
Alice.
Could this be...
But what if it is?
Well, it does say all ice right here on the plate. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
what's
does
going
it?
on?
I can't see.
Yeah, it's like very faint, but it does say that. It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Close, but not quite. Right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around.
Open it.
There's a metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the 2 machines. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Ah, well, let's open it, shall we? Clover,
Okay.
if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah!
Oh, is it
No
locked?
luck. It doesn't seem to be ready to open.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, you think you could open it up with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well. We'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge, beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? Okay, so... let me take another look at this. Have you figured out what you're supposed to enter here, Junpei? It looks like the word that's supposed to go here has 3 letters. It's got 3 lines, and I think each line is 1 letter. I see. Well, if that is the case, then perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol, respectively. After all, isn't that what you just said? One line has 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last only a single space. I see.
Okay.
So, in other words, I've got to enter either the dots or the dashes in a set of 2. Yes, okay, how many times are you going to reiterate this?
4. I am looking. I have the chart. I also have the chart up, and I'm just looking at the different ones.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so the last
It's
letter.
ice.
Okay.
It's ice.
I was gonna say the last letter has to be an E or a T.
Yeah. It's ice.
Yeah. I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. Yeah, because Snake, he said the 2 machines in reference to the all ice plaque, and the other one was all. So this one had to be ice. The answer was ice.
That makes sense.
How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, that's true. Ah, yes. One more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now? What? Okay, no, other way. No. Shit, where are you? Fuck. I'm turned around. Oh, here. Okay. Alright, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's going to be something horrible in there. I just know it. Okay, deep breaths.
The last time you opened a coffin, it was Snake.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good precedent, right?
Yeah. Here we go. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime.
Passing the buck.
They will tell you when you're older.
Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, 2 somethings, actually. What is that? What? No. No, I wasn't
I
done
think you had to click it again.
Yeah. I was like, hang on. There's something down there on the bottom. Okay, there we go. There are 2 things on the bottom of the coffin. I saw the, like, downward pointing arrow, and my brain went, oh, obviously that is to look down, and not to go back.
Back out.
Looks like we've got a plate with an emblem on it, and the Neptune key. Yes, we finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes...
Oh, that looks like the waffle pattern.
Oh. So it wasn't a pound sign.
Oh, and it's the pattern on the coffin, too.
Yeah. Okay, so... Please go in here. No,
We need the
so-
weird circle key.
yeah, so... Weird circle would be this
Oh,
one.
there's the code.
Steering wheel, cross, weird circle, waffle pattern. Okay, so... Wheel... Whoa! Well, now we've got something on the monitors at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle, because of course it is. I wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and it will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all of the balls except for the red ones which you cannot move. The digital root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. I still don't really get it. Junpei, it's... Whatever. Like they say, practice makes prefects. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. God. Okay, so...
Dunderhead.
Numbers 1 through 8, and we need 6 and 3.
So... Oh, I don't want to do math.
We're playing Zero Escape.
I know. I know.
The sad thing is, even if we were playing Professor Layton, you would still have to do math.
Hey, at least we're not playing the blueprints, because that game will make you do even more math if you do the Dillard's puzzles.
Oh God. Okay, let's see. We need to have... It's 3 to 5 in each area, so... Let's just start off by trying to get something for 6. So we'll say, like... Fucking...
Try doing 6 first.
Yeah. Something like that. And then if we do this... That is... 10... Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Indentation. Blah blah blah. Okay, cross next. Hey, Junpei, something just showed up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers for each area are different, too. Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double-check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Snake, he's doing this on purpose. Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright?
Or he's not.
I have to hope he's doing that on purpose. Because if he's not...
I think, to be fair, he's been up over 24 hours at this point, and has been put in multiple life-threatening situations.
Well, no, he has not.
Yeah, because they were all knocked
out before they got brought here.
Well, does that really count as, like,
Yes.
restful sleep?
Yes.
As far as your brain is concerned, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then he's just an idiot.
Yeah. If I just do this, 10, 17... Yeah, okay, that works. That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Okay, next is... Weird Circle. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules
They're
are
all
the same, though. Yes, they're all the same, Seven. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something.
You're gonna make Junpei cry.
No, same number.
It's gonna be 3 numbers on each one, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay. No. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation. This is the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like that last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright, I'll solve it in no time. Okay. Hang on. There's only... It's supposed to be 3 to 5 to each, but there's only 5 numbers left.
So you put all of them into one basket.
I guess so. Fucking... It's probably the 9 one, but I'm like, okay, let me do math real quick. Hang on. 2 plus 4 is 6. 11. 7. Oh, no, wait. Ah! 2 plus 4 is 6, 11, 18, 26. Okay, no, it's the 8. Huh? Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei! You answered all the questions! Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe.
A picture.
In the drawer was a single picture. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men.
What the?
Involuntarily,
Oh,
Junpei's eyebrows shot up. He'd seen 3 of them before.
What the hell is this?
This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the 0 bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
7 and Clover had come to peer over Junpei's shoulders.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace,
What
the 9th man and
indeed?
Cap too.
It seems to be having a good time. That's what he seems to be doing.
Yeah. As Junpei looked closer, he noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smiles suggested that they were close, at least to some degree.
And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
Snake knit his eyebrows.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
He's such a smart ass. Junpei flipped the picture over.
Huh.
There it was. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark.
Praying for the success of the Nonari project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Nonari Project. Nijisaki. Kubota. Musashido. Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago.
Since Hongo wasn't mentioned, Junpei figured that could only mean he'd written the words on the back himself.
That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising.
Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. Almost as if someone had whispered into his head that, yes, of course Ace was Hongo.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the 4 names of the project's leaders over and over to himself.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet.
His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead.
I'm this close to remembering. This close.
He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project.
Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight.
Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Seven's voice was filled with excitement.
What?
Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place, along with Snake and Clover.
Let me tell you what happened.
Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashiro, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashiro was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
Realization began to dawn on Junpei, along with a pressing question.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
Seven rubbed the scar on his chin.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. It looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh?
The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on.
Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. My investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. Came out of hiding. My gun already in my hand.
I was like, for a second, I was like, is any of this skippable? It doesn't seem like it is.
Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun.
Even though he has gone over this with us
I
before.
could kill you right
Yeah,
now.
well, once
It'd
he
be
gets
easy
further
to get
in,
away
it'll
with
be
it, too.
less,
Yeah,
obviously repeated.
Just tie an anchor to your feet.
yeah.
No one would find you for a week. Not what you want. The fish here would love a meal. I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. Needle. A drug? That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts.
Dude, that's so real.
I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. Huh.
Huh.
I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? And then when my inside man told me, popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
You think he's like reenacting all these voices for them?
How you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. Wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top. There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
Oh.
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. Sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit, and voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! Grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled on was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after him. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
Shit.
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in a raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. No point to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. When he nodded, and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round, round, round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. He ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
I heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
What is your fucking problem, dude?
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
What is wrong with him?
She planted her feet squarely on the
A
floor
lot.
and was struggling to get away.
So much.
But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. Then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door.
But she burned to death.
We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please help me! I'm really, really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue.
What happened then?
Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head, but there was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer he feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
All right, let me ask you another question.
He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
I mean, it's audibly the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Only in English.
Even my exceptional hearing
Okay, fair.
wasn't able to
Fair.
make that connection. As such,
His Japanese.
I had no reason to think Santa was
Oh.
Aoi.
His Japanese voice actor, as a child, is actually a girl.
Makes sense.
When did you
Yep.
figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back.
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, Go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, alright? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project.
Mm-hmm.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone.
In fact, Junpei didn't think, he knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge, and had even begun to accept it.
If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
There was a moment of silence.
What?
And then the room shook. From far away, they heard the sudden rush of water.
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Uh-oh.
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
In the drawer that had held the picture was a key card. Junpei grabbed it.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Alright, let's just swipe this card. And get the hell out of here. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go! Yes, I know. Alright, let's go.
I need to know, this entire time, did you know who Santa was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was aware.
We were doing our best just in case you didn't, but I kind of had a feeling you did.
Yeah.